answer.
It's interesting. It's incredibly interesting. You know why? Let me tell you why this is interesting, my friend. What's your name, sir?
Eric.
How you doing, Erik? Muhammed.
Nice
You weren't
to meet
here in the beginning because I sort of broke it down. Do you want to come stand here, please? Is that right? Because I'm just feeling like it's a bit. I have to keep switching to get it. No, just like in front of me. Thanks very much, man. This was the argument I put forward to the gentleman, yeah? Because you weren't here before, so it's a little bit difficult for me to break it down. Premise one: everything in observable reality is dependent.
I was standing there the whole time. I heard the whole thing.
So everything in observable reality is dependent upon something.
Yeah.
Number two, the universe is an observable reality. Therefore,
Some of it is.
Yeah, okay. So some of the stars, some of the sun, some of gravity, some of everything. Everything can be like anything that you're going to come with. It's going to be induced. Yeah, it's going to be use inductive methods to derive it. You're not going to get a full
One thing flows from another. Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
The same thing with the universe. And what I'm saying is that okay. So number one, everything in observable reality depends upon something. Number two, the universe is an observable reality. Therefore, number three, the
universe must depend on something. I understand your train of thought. I simply disagree with it.
Okay. Now, what you've said, which is that the universe is eternal, in terms of time, because eternality has different connotation. You said the universe was always here. My deduction has nothing to do with time. No. The universe could very well be here for all, whatever you want, but still must depend upon something.
Why?
Else. Why not?
Well, no, but hang, you said it must. Therefore, you must have a reason why. You say it must depend on something.
Okay,
so you need to justify that must.
Thank you very much. Now what you have to do is you have to tell me why my premise 1 is wrong or why my premise 2 is wrong. So it's up to you now.
I'm not. No. Your basic premise of one thing flows from another, and that everything is linked to that which went before it, and that the tree is connected. The tree depends on the ground and the rain and the sun and the earth.
You're straw manning, because I'm not using the Kalam cosmological argument here. I'm not talking about before. I haven't used time. I haven't said cause. I said dependency.
If I may, just tell me where I'm going wrong. Let me try. Yeah. So you're saying that everything depends on something else, and so what we see right now.
No. I didn't say that. I said everything in observable reality.
Yeah.
Okay, everything that we can empirically sense, touch, feel, whatever it may be, that is dependent upon something.
Okay.
The universe is within the empirical realm. We can feel it, touch it, sense it, etc.
Some of it.
Yeah. Therefore, the universe.
There are many aspects of the universe of which we have as yet no idea.
Okay,
science has no idea of it yet.
It's very true. I'm not disputing
and therefore there is much of the universe which is beyond the realm of our senses, beyond the realm of observability, right?
But the same thing could be said about the sea, about the ocean.
Absolutely.
No, I mean, so I'm not postulating that we have to know all the elements of something in order for us to know the full thing. I'm saying that we're using an inductive method here.
Okay.
To come to the conclusion.
Yeah, but this requires assumptions, right? Unless you have all information, if you're using the inductive method, you are making assumptions. Reasonable, rational assumptions perhaps, but nevertheless assumptions.
I'm sure you make those every day.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm just saying that doesn't make it so. That doesn't make it must. That makes it an opinion, is what I'm saying.
No, hold on. Your job, because any deduction in that case can be the same. Any deduction that you make, any argument you put forward,
rests on a premise that you start with, right? Yeah. And therefore, actually, all you end up doing is going around in a big circle and proving the premise that you started with.
What you have to do as an interlocutor, or what this man has to do, both of you can maybe have a little 2-minute team talk, is you have to tell me why premise A or premise B is wrong.
Okay, so in an eternal universe, one which has no beginning and has no end, it is its own thing, it is its own continuation, and therefore does not depend on anything. It always was. Therefore, how can it depend on anything?
That's the question. Let me answer. If I had said to you that everything in the beginning, everything that begins to exist has a cause, and the universe began to exist, therefore the universe...
but you see, but that's not an eternal universe. If it began to exist, it's not eternal.
No. If it's a conditional. If I had said to you this, then in that case you could come back to me and say what? But the universe didn't begin to exist. I'm not saying that. I'm saying
that it did begin to exist.
No. Beginning time is irrelevant.
No, but you're saying the universe had a start, and therefore the universe as a whole must depend on something.
I don't care.
And Allah is the thing that the universe depends on, right? I get where you're going.
Please don't straw man the argument, because now this. By the way, when people see straw man in an argument, they start to originally realize that okay, this man is trying to get away from the argument. I'm saying to you that and I know you're an open-minded guy, by the way.
I am.
So I know that. Look,
and I've got nothing but love for you and everyone else here. You know what I mean?
For saying that. You're a very nice guy. But let's just use our rational faculties here, please. Yeah.
Okay.
The universe is an observable reality. Yes. Everything within this universe. We can, from induction, we can say, okay, it depends on something. I'm saying the same thing applies for the universe. Okay? Now, I'm saying you can realize this for more than one reason. Number one, using induction. Number two, we can make another argument which is referred to in philosophy as the argument of contingency. Let me just put it to you, yeah? Everything that is, because contingency is really like dependency, yeah? The universe has anything that has an explanation on and of itself, yeah, or is necessarily true, doesn't require something external in order to explain it. The universe, though, requires something external in order to explain it because it's contingently true and it's not necessarily true.
If you believe it is a finite thing, I agree with you, but not if you believe it to be an eternal thing. It is its own explanation.
I'm telling you, listen, hold on. I'm telling you that this position that I'm taking...
It just is. That's it. That's it. It just is. The universe. It just is.
That's what Bertrand Russell said in the debate in 1930.
And I know that philosophically and didactically this is an unsatisfying response because there's nowhere to go after that, right? But that's the fact. It just is.
That's a philosophical cop-out.
Well, or it's truth.
No, it's not truth. Wait, let me tell you.
Whoa! You can't just say that.
No, sorry. If you're walking now, let's use the...
We're just expressing opinions, right?
Let's bring the...
You can say you disagree. You cannot say it is not truth. You can say it's not truth to you.
I'll tell you it's not true. Full stop. I'll tell you why. No, let me tell you why. I'm sorry to be like...
No, it's okay. No offence.
Let me tell you something, yeah? You're walking in this... Let's say you're walking in the desert, yeah? And you see a nice phone on the phone.
Oh, it's a Dawa phone.
The Dawa phone, yeah? No, we use it, but now we've got microphones. The brothers are good. Anyways,
we're getting professional now.
We're getting more professional, guys, you know what I mean? Anyways, the point is, if you saw that, you're not going to say, you're not going to say, this phone just is. No human being would do that. You would try and find an explanation for the phone. Your rational faculties would lead you to the fact that this phone has a contingent. It's contingent on something else, and it's also got a contingent explanation. In other words,
I get it. I understand.
Necessarily, in and of itself, it must be explained from an external reality.
But this is one element of the universe. This is not the whole. This is not the whole thing. Yeah, the universe created the phone. The universe is the end of the story. Yeah, in some way or other, the contents of the universe came about to create that phone, right?
I don't know what.
The atoms and the people and the evolution of the Earth that created the people and the atoms that were created in stars came together to make that phone, right? In a very, very long, convoluted and complex process over billions of years, right? That phone was created by the universe. Yeah,
by agents within the universe.
Okay. Yeah, but how are those agents created? By the universe itself, right? Ultimately, the universe is the ultimate answer.
Really interesting. It's incredibly interesting. You know why? Let me tell you why this is interesting, my friend. No, you have to know why it's interesting. Because now you've given the universe an intelligent capacity.
Correct.
Wait a minute.
Correct.
Sorry, hold on.
The universe is a single consciousness evolving, experiencing itself through billions of different eyes, of which each of us is one. We are all one consciousness. The me that resides inside of you is the same as the me that resides inside of me, right? We are all one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively from a billion different perspectives, a trillion different perspectives. Every ant, every tree, every single one of these things is conscious and aware. The universe as a whole is conscious and aware.
Wait a minute.
It is a creative force. That's what the universe is. It's a fount of creative force, of which each of us is an expression.
Okay, sounds a bit spiritual to me.
Hey, really?
Hey, may I say something to you, my friend? In fact, that doesn't sound spiritual. That sounds religious.
No, spiritual. No, religion is a thing of man used to enslave and control and divide people, to set them against each other. Muslim against Christian against Jew. Do you know what I mean? This has been done for thousands of years. Divide and rule. That's all religion is. Divide and rule.
Yeah, Stalin was a religious man. Having said that, I want to ask you a question.
Divide and rule is a tactic. Religion is one aspect of that tactic. Black and white is another one.
Now you've said
red and blue is another one. You know what I mean? There's a billion of them out there.
Let's have a conversation. Now I'm going to say to you, listen. You just said, first of all, the universe has creative capacity. Personifying the universe, giving the inanimate the characteristics of human, anthropomorphizing the universe.
No, not human. No,
Excuse me.
not human. I didn't say human.
No, hold on, please. You said the universe created the phone.
Correct.
That means to say in your mind that you believe, as you've just made a case for it, you actually believe there is a metaphysical reality within the universe, which is a consciousness,
Correct.
as you've said,
Correct.
which allows for things to be created.
A single universal
That
binding consciousness that interweaves everything.
My friend, justify what you've said scientifically.
Why do I need to justify it scientifically? Why?
Okay, let me tell you
I'm
why.
expressing a belief.
Okay.
Justify Allah scientifically. Do you know what I mean? I'm expressing a belief.
No. Okay, I'll tell you the major
I believe this in my heart
Erik,
and in my
Erik,
soul.
sorry,
Do you know what I mean?
Erik, I'm going to have to call you up on that. We don't believe Allah is in the universe. We don't believe that. We don't believe Allah is inside the universe with us. We don't believe that Allah is omnipresent. We don't believe that. Therefore, science, which is a tool which analyzes that which is in
Correct,
the universe.
it's a tool. Exactly right.
Thank you very much. We use science instrumentally to come to conclusions about that which we feel, sense, touch, whatever. Yeah.
Sorry, may I just?
Hold on,
Okay.
Please, allow it.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm saying is, science is applicable. It's actually completely applicable in what you're saying, and it's completely not applicable when it comes to Allah. Therefore, what you have to do, since Allah is not in the universe, okay, is you have to justify to me how scientifically, what evidences you have scientifically that the universe has the capacity to create. And is this the length? You're actually inventing your own religion today.
Okay, may
to
I?
run away from the
May
idea
I
that
now?
there's an
No, I'm not
intelligent
inventing. Do you know what? I'm absolutely not inventing a religion.
Go
That
ahead
is
and
not what
answer,
I'm trying to
because
do.
there's a lot
This is not me. I did not come up with these ideas. This is.
who made it up?
What do you mean? Who made it up? What I'm
said that
what
the
I'm
universe
talking
has
about
a
is a sort of
consciousness?
Buddhist Taoist, I guess, kind of
Okay, so-
philosophy. Yeah,
okay.
where the ultimate reality is consciousness, and that you can access that ultimate reality through meditation. You know, power plants, these kinds of things. You know, shamanistic traditions all over the world have been doing these things for thousands of years, right?
So what?
Anyway, so you asked me to say a couple of things about science, right? So let me do so, yeah?
please go ahead,
So
yeah.
first of all, I like what you said about science as a tool. That is exactly what it is. Science is a tool which allows us to discover in a limited way how things work so that we can manipulate our environment to make our lives better, right? This is how we came up with technology. This is how we made tools, right? Was by understanding the physical world around us and working out ways to manipulate it to our advantage, right? This is what science is all about. Science is not a pathway to truth. It's a pathway to discovering falsehood, but it does not uncover truth. Science by its very nature, I am a scientist by training. Science by its very nature seeks to disprove things, right? To refine the approximation. Science never claims to come up with perfect, ultimate answers to anything, right?
I totally agree with you.
It seeks to refine and get a better approximation
I think
always,
you've
right?
got a good hand
And
for that.
therefore,
I agree with that.
science can never be used to justify ultimate truth, right?
Thank
You
you very
can
much.
never analyse it scientifically.
Brilliant.
It doesn't
I agree with
work
you.
like that.
What you said,
Ultimate
I agree
truth
with you.
is felt
I agree with you.
in your heart and in your soul and in your conscience, right? That is where truth resides.
Now.
It does not reside out there, it resides in here.
Now,
And any truth that does not have at its heart brotherhood,
Wait a
companionship,
minute.
collaboration, friendship, we're all on the same planet
Okay.
at the same time for a very, very short
now you're
time.
making arbitrary
Let's
claims.
make the most of it.
okay, you're making arbitrary claims. Before we make the emotional argument, let's stick to the logic. You've just said here that science is not a pathway to an epistemological ultimate truth.
Correct.
I agree with you. Totally agree with you. All
Good.
right. Having said that, we move forward. yeah. I mean, we agree. Number two, you said within our consciousness, you don't believe in God, do you?
No.
How do you account for consciousness?
Consciousness is what you would call God. What people would call God is what I would call the universal consciousness.
No,
but it's
consciousness-
not a creator
No,
in the
listen,
sense that
wait, hold on.
it made us as something special in its own image,
So, okay.
yeah, and that we somehow have dominion over the rest of
So are you
nature.
a- are you a-
This
are you a
is
de-
bullshit.
And why is it? Why is
Because
it?
it's destructive. It sets us against each other and
Okay,
it sets
let me
us
ask you-
against
let me ask you-
nature.
there's two
This
things.
is not
Calm down.
how any creature is supposed to live, against its environment.
Please, let's leave out the emotion. Leave out.
How can you leave out emotion? We're emotional beings. You can't leave it. You can
No.
try and keep your emotions in check a little bit, maybe. But you can't control them. You can't leave them out.
What I mean to say is that here we're trying to focus on a logical argument. If you just start blurting out your subjective opinions, I mean, it would be quite ridiculous. If I started saying, oh, you know this and that, I started telling you things from the Quran, moral things, you'd say, what kind of man is this? He's not engaging with me on a rational level. So you have to kind of respect that dynamics. Number one. Number two, I'm saying to you, I agree with you. I agree with you in so much as what you're saying is that science is not a means to an ultimate truth. Number two, what you said is consciousness. I'm asking you a question. Consciousness, which is really an inbuilt thing, which cannot be proven scientifically, cannot be proven or touched scientifically. And by the way, science can never prove consciousness because it's out of the reach of the empirical five senses, or the five senses generally. Therefore, I'm asking you a question. Why do you believe in consciousness, and how do you justify your belief in consciousness?
Not a belief. Consciousness is a reality. It's not a question of believing. Well, we are aware, therefore we are consciousness, therefore conscious is real. I mean, that's pretty much an axiom that you can, you know what I mean? We're here talking, we're aware, therefore we are conscious, therefore consciousness exists.
Let me put some really...
It's almost a Descartes kind of argument, isn't it? I think almost, not quite, but...
But I'm gonna put this to you then. If that's the case, then I can say, look, I believe in God, yeah? For me, he's self-evident. That's how it is.
That's fine.
Okay,
That's fine.
That way, because what it is, if you think about it, really think about it, yeah? I hope, please. You are... Actually, it's a really interesting conversation. I'll tell you why. Because you admit that science cannot give you objective reality in a full way. Yeah? You're saying that...
Objective reality is a pipe dream. There's no such thing.
Thank you very much. Are you a postmodernist, by the way?
Am I a what?
Postmodernist.
I don't even know what that is. I'm not an anythingist. I'm just me. Stop fucking Sorry, I apologise. But there's pigeonholing of everything. It's a sickness in our society. Everyone wants to label you.
Okay, but hold on. Even if you say that that's the case,
Whoops.
On your worldview, there's no way of proving and disproving this sickness.
No. And I don't feel the need to. I'm quite happy living as I live and letting others live as they want to live. And I'm not down here trying to convince anyone.
You don't believe in God?
I'm not down here trying to convince anyone.
Let me put this way. You don't believe in God?
No. Not in the Judeo-Christian Muslim kind of way. No.
You don't believe in Allah? I'm going to make sure that before I leave I'm going to leave in 3 minutes because I don't like
You're not going to going to convert me, mate.
No, I'm not going to convert you.
He knows it already.
I'll tell you. Hold on. I don't care about converting.
Clocked it.
But I'm going to make sure.
You can try, but
I'm going to make sure. Either you're going to fall into. You've got two options. You're going to fall into a massive logical fallacy, or you're going to agree with me that God exists, Allah exists today. Now,
let's do it in the camera.
Let me tell you why.
I'm not frightened.
Let me tell you. You're saying objective reality, or science cannot lead you to objective reality. The empirical world.
There is no such thing as objective reality. There is only ever subjective reality.
Therefore, for me, if Allah exists for me, therefore
then
Allah
He's real
exists.
for you, and that's all that matters for you.
And that means because subjective is more in your mind is higher than objective.
Correct.
That must mean Allah exists.
No, it means Allah exists to you.
Okay, but that's for me. That's all I need.
Exactly. We're in total agreement, mate. We're in total agreement.
So with that, because you got to understand something, yeah. I'm happy with this. If you're saying that Allah exists for me personally, and that the subjective experience is higher than the objective experience, then for you.
No, there is no objective experience. There is only subjective experience. I'm not saying it's higher. I'm saying objective experience doesn't exist.
Hold on. If you're saying, give me a second, bro.
But the objectivity doesn't exist. Yeah, I know we have a word in the language, but it doesn't actually exist. Objectivity, true objectivity, is impossible. You always have biases, preconceptions.
I'll give it to you. We're going to take him. I'm just going to finish off what I'm saying now, and then you can take it. Therefore, if the subjective, because you don't even know if I'm here right now.
Well. You're here to me.
No, sorry. You don't know if I'm here right now.
You're here to me.
Okay, good. So I exist to you.
Correct.
Okay, good. All right, no problem. What I'm saying is, therefore, if I come along and say God exists, that's my subjective experience. That's better than you saying, that's higher for you than you saying to me you exist.
No, but it's not my subjective
So
experience. The only experience that matters to me is my experience.
Okay, fine.
Yeah?
Fine.
As the only experience that matters to you is your experience.
So
and therefore Allah is utterly real to you and utterly not real to me. Do you know what I mean? And these things...
Nobody hears it, does it still fall?
Come here. Take over, come here.
No, I don't want to. But if the tree falls in the forest...
Anyways, thank you very much.
I mean, you're asking a question which gets right to the heart of quantum mechanics. It's a very, very, very interesting question you're asking.
It's not that deep, because quantum mechanics believes that things still happen whether we're there...
No, they don't.
There's a fringe way...
Well, the Copenhagen interpretation, anyway, believes that things exist in a...